Hey, it's Chris Westfall from the mountains of North Carolina. We're on a weekend retreat with some of the agents that are in my office, just getting away and getting to know each other a little bit better in a fun surrounding. We're doing a lot of fun things this weekend, but something came to me as a message this past week that I thought might encourage and inspire some. So I want to read with you this message that came from one of the members of Medicare Agent Training. And let me put it in context. This is not trying to convince you to do anything. Whatever you're doing in life, whether it's insurance or anything else, I believe if you put your full passion, your full heart into it, you're going to be successful, no matter what it is that you decide to sell. I just firmly believe that selling is the greatest way to propel yourself toward financial independence, no doubt. Let me read this message to you. Hey, Chris, I needed to share this with you. I wanted to wait until you came back from your vacation last week. We were on a cruise. To write to you this email. You spoke with me late last year, and we discussed a business plan for me to get started with Medicare. I've been selling final expense life insurance and had just been concerned with taking a jump into Medicare with lower commissions initially and just going full force with Medicare supplements. Well, needless to say, I'm ashamed to admit I didn't jump ship into Medicare when you spoke with me. I'm sharing this with you because sometimes you need to know how much you impact others, and what you do means so much. Please don't stop and be encouraged today. You are making a difference whether you see it now or later. Here's the story. My husband is a law enforcement officer. I'll leave out his agency. He works in a unit that does high risk things. Let me skip ahead here. January this year, I received the phone call that no law enforcement wife wants to receive. Your husband has been injured and is on his way to the hospital. It turns out my husband had just texted me that they were going on a special operation and told me he would not be available for a little bit. I've made those phone calls. They were on their way to an event that they were going to have at a location. To make a long story short, my husband was in a vehicle accident. He pulverized his entire right leg, broke a rib, hurt his appendix and his gallbladder, later removed, and had 3 surgeries and a total of 21 days spent in the hospital, all this time away from his government job. You can only imagine what was going through my head, not to mention unable to work selling insurance because I needed to be there for my husband. This is where your words and previous conversations and videos I'd watched became so real. My husband's recovery will take 4 to 6 months before he's back to work. We don't know yet to what level his leg will allow. He's pretty dependent on me at this point, mainly because he can't put any weight on his leg. What do you think is going through my head at this point? My business. Had I listened to you when I first started selling insurance, I would currently have residual income, and I'm sure my primary focus would be on getting my husband better. Such is not the case now. Although he is my main concern, I'm forced to look at my business very differently thanks to this situation. I went ahead and took a leap, and she talks about she's coming to our live event that we're doing in Charleston. I went ahead, I'm coming with you, looking forward to seeing you in Charleston in March. I spoke to my husband about this, and although it seemed crazy to do this, I knew I needed to jump in. He not only agreed with me, but he's decided he's going to work on getting his life and health license when he is recuperating. While he's recuperating, we have arranged to have someone watch him and our children while I will be at your seminar. More than ever, I'm determined to make this work and focus on getting my husband out of the force. I know our country needs boots on the field, but I need my husband safe and healthy. And he has been told he will never be the same. The doctor said his injury is the equivalent to falling from a 10-story building. My goal now is to ensure that we focus on getting the Medicare business off the ground. He will be getting his license to sell Medicare part-time, and we are very excited to do this together. Hopefully sooner than later, replace his income so he can retire early and both of us grow this business. Sometimes life can teach you a lesson, and I'm just glad my husband will be fine and is alive. We have an alternative option, in big part thanks to you, and I needed to let you know how much all of your encouragement and videos have spoken to me directly. I can't wait to meet you in person. So that was one message, pretty dang encouraging. And as many people always say on these trips, next week we're going on the Mutual of Omaha trip to Punta Cana. But every time on these trips, other agents and call center owners will say, why do you help other agents? Why do you help your competition? And agents that I consult with are asking, like, why are you giving away all this stuff? Because there are people with real needs out there. There's over 50 million people on Medicare. We can't possibly get to every one of them. Right now, 300,000 people are turning 65 every single month. We, in the aging agent population, with so many aging agents retiring right now, we can't possibly help all those people. So I think it's incumbent upon those of us that are doing successful in this business to go help, the next generation, to help other people that are maybe struggling in lines of business that don't have anything to do with residual income, where they're busting their rear end all the time. And one day something tragic could happen and stop that flow of needing to go out there and sell another case, needing to sell another case. There's no residual aspect to it. Then a friend of mine this morning, which is what led me to make this video, put these two things together. And I'm not down on final expense life insurance. That's how I got started in the insurance industry, and I think it's great. I think it's a big needed thing when done in balance and in context with the whole package of what someone needs. But my friend on Facebook posted this morning. He's got a final expense agency. It's sad to say, but I'm no longer in the insurance business due to some agents running up chargebacks that have fallen on me hard. It's unfortunate how an agent can affect everything when it comes to their manager. Be smart with your recruiting, folks, and be very selective when it comes to adding someone new to your team. I wish everyone the best, but that's a wrap for me. I might make a return, but until then, I'm out. That kills me. I remember one agent named Eric Z in Louisiana, when I was doing final expense big time 10 years ago, rolled up to me a $25,000 chargeback. Thanks, Eric, in Louisiana. He did that because he wrote a whole bunch of business with me, with one carrier, and then he went to replace that business when he found he could get 5% more commission with a different carrier through somebody else. So he rewrote all those people within the 9 months that he'd already written them, telling them that he'd got a better plan for them, just replaced them. Was it criminal? Probably. But still, the chargebacks came back on me, $25,000. And that made me reassess at the time, what am I doing here? We're going after policy after policy, chasing the next big elephant, chasing the next thing. And we're just, we're doing transactional sales rather than building anything. And that's what made it clear that I needed to do a different focus on selling something one time, building a relationship with the client, and then continuing to get compensation on that as you continue to service and take care of that person over time, not just a one-time transaction deal. So wherever you are in insurance or whatever else, I encourage you to go for those things that are going to pay you long-term. Go for the things that are going to build residual income, build a recurring stream of revenue, and then, as is always good advice, diversify. Do not just one thing, but do multiple things. But at least one of those legs on your stool that holds you up in your business has got to be a focus on residual income. And that's why I like the Medicare business, because it is based on the residual income aspect of it. So I hope this encourages you wherever you are. If you're already in the Medicare space, run fast and run hard. And this is the right place to be, I believe. At least it is for me and for my 3,200 members of Medicare Agent Training, because we're moving forward, we're building something together, and it's really helping people. So I look forward to seeing you either at the Charleston event or the next live event as we make them public on MedicareAgentTraining.com. Stay plugged in. Find a group of agents, if you don't already have one, to encourage each other, to share best practices, to go along through the hard times and the good times, and share what's working in your business. It'll make all the difference in the world. God bless you wherever you are. From the mountains of North Carolina, I wish you the best in your business. Take care.